Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We are live on the air. I am your spiritual consultant, Mr. Soul of a Man 50 to the 4. Ladies and gentlemen, and happy hump day out there. And now the news. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very important that you understand what your spiritual power is. And it's in terms, once you understand what your spiritual power is, it's very important that you put it into action. It's very, very, very important that you put it into action like right now. Because once you understand your power, you understand who you are. That's what going through a spiritual awakening, a majority of it is, that's what going through a spiritual awakening is primarily all about. The reawakening of the spirit, or of the soul, so to speak. And tap the screen if you're here, ladies and gentlemen, on the TikTok. So yeah, it's the reawakening of the soul and of the spirit, so to speak. And once you have a grasp and an understanding of your spiritual awakening, you start to understand your power. And once you understand your power, you can start using these gifts, or a gift, or whatever it may be that you have, and you can use this to put this into action, because we now understand that things things on this side of the spectrum, all things happen for a reason, and things are going to continue to happen for a reason, in your life. So if you're going through this, if you're going through this sorry, if you're going through this amazing spiritual awakening, something is trying to tell you something. And something is trying to tell you something now. Something is trying to tell you something about. It's 9 o'clock. Well, thank you, computer. I tell you, this technology, man. Something is trying to tell you something in the here and now. Something is trying to jog that cognitive, ancestral, or spiritual, memory that you have. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it's slipping my mind right now. But something is shaking you. Something is trying to wake you up. Something is telling you to move now. Something is telling you that that gut feeling, that intuition, whatever that was, whatever you want to call it, the Holy Spirit, something is telling you stop ignoring it. And something is telling you, something is telling you to not to ignore that message. So today, again, we're talking about understanding your spiritual power. Yes, this is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, because you gotta, it's time to get a grasp and a hold and an understanding, on this, and know what's fact, and know what's, and know what's fiction. It's not, it's it's not a game. It's not all love and light. Um, it is, as somebody would say, it's getting down with the get down. Seriously, everybody is not about this life. Everybody's not about this walk. Everybody, the think about the stuff that you've been through. Think about the stuff that you have. Right, they're saying the bonfire advance, but think about the stuff that you have been through in your life, and think, just for 1 second, just think about it. Think, could anybody do or persevere like you persevere? Think about that for a second. And if you're watching, just answer that question. Can the stuff that you've been through in your life would have probably crippled most people? Give me a yes if you agree with me in the chat. Seriously. Because a lot of people, they say they can't do, see, there you go. They can't do that voodoo like you do. They cannot, So you have to understand, you got to understand where you You got to understand. There you go, another yes. Thank you. So you got to understand where you are, and it is game time. The things that you have been calling in, the things that you have been praying about, the things that you have been uh, wondering. No, it is. This is no. It's not for everyone. It's easier for people to dismiss you and your journey and everything that you've been through. It's easy for people to say, like, if you said, man, I'm going through this spiritual awakening or the spiritual journey, and I'm seeing and feeling and blah blah blah. But that's what you're doing. They're not going to be able to understand it because they're not going through it, and they probably won't go through it. They're just going to be people that are going to be just like pictures hanging up on the wall with no work at all. But you're the beautiful painting that's always that has this magical divine color on you, and you're continuing to change. You're going to continue to change, and you're going to continue to elevate, that's just naturally what that is. You have something that is snatching you away from uh, what everybody else wants you to be, and you are persevering and turning into what you've always dreamed that you could be. Seriously. um and again, we're understanding your spiritual power, and if I were to say that there's a sense of urgency, yes, there was a sense of urgency for you to understand. There this is not a time to backtrack. This is not a time um and I'm not trying to tell you how to feel. You're going to see and feel things in your own way. That's okay. It's going to come in its own time. That's okay as well. Right. Somebody says, Miss Wheat says, transformation requires the process of being broken. And that's the thing. How many times have you felt like you were broken and you felt like there was nobody there, and you wake up, you wake up the next day, and you just feel like, you feel like something is different. You walk on a job, and you're just like, man, this ain't it. Like, literally, this is not it. So you have the power. A lot of people like to just conform and go with the status quo. You're watching me. If you're hearing my voice, you are not that person. You are the rebel. You are the rebel with the cause. And I had to talk about this. I had to talk about this message, on today, because it's extremely important. It's extremely important for what is coming next and what is about to happen in your life. People are people are probably gonna, of course, they're gonna question your sanity. They're gonna question, man, what are you doing? You're actually walking away from blah 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 blah. Yeah, because you know something in the inside of yourself that nobody else knows. You can feel, and you know what's coming. You know what's coming. You know that Brad wasn't for you in the first place. But you keep asking yourself, because everybody around you keeps telling you something that they feel like they're right, but that something inside of you is telling you that that situation uh, is not for you. So you're not going to be blessed in. Um, hey, what is going on, Dre Paul? You're not going to be blessed in temporary situations. Giving yourself temporary solutions. You're not going to be blessed like that. You got way too much. You got way too much power. You got way too much power inside of you. The important thing is that you connect it, and it's time for you to it's time for you to go out and paint the most beautiful painting or sculpture that you have ever done, and that's called your life. And that is all of the stuff. It's going to feel. Well, I was working this job one time in 2016. One of my spiritual gifts. One of my spiritual gifts came in, and it came, and then this place was so, I would say, demonic. It was so. Uh, when I say when I say sometimes you will be tested, yeah, that is the truth. And when I was there, this gift of like whatever you want to, like, feeling people's emotions and their thoughts, and it was so crazy. Needless to say, I didn't stay on that job that much longer, but that day I felt like I was drowning. I literally felt like I was drowning. I still don't know how. Oh my goodness, who? Oh, there was a song by Chris Brown, and I forgot her name. They were like, how can they were like, they were saying, thank you for the follow. They were saying, how can I breathe with no air? That was the thing. I forgot. What was her name? I don't know. Anyway, but it really it felt like a dream, but I was awake, and I it's yeah, there you go, Jordan Sparks. And it's hard to put into words. It's like one of those things to say, well, you just have to, yeah. And I'm sure people out there have stories like that. Yeah, that'd be a great series. I'm gonna have to start that. Like, when did you first feel like your spiritual gifts were kicking in? Some people would say when they were a kid and all of that stuff. But all I'm telling you is that, understand that you are powerful, and understand that with your gifts you can control the situation, whatever it is you believe in. If you pray to God, Jesus, Allah, whatever, you know I'm not trying to, whatever that, but I'm just saying, whatever you believe in, it's time for you to, okay, so it's time for it. Okay, so it's time for you to be multiplied by the Spirit. So it is time for you to be, it's time for you to be multiplied by the Spirit. So that's why, when you look, uh, it's interesting. Sometimes when I've had this happen, like, it's the most interesting thing. Like, these little kids out of nowhere will just walk up to me, just like, I was going somewhere one day, and this little girl, she had to be like, maybe like, maybe 1 or 2, maybe like 1 years old, and I guess her parents or whoever, they were in the front. It was two of them. So as I'm walking, and the little girl turns around and just starts walking to me, a complete stranger. And I've had that. I've had kids just look at me in the store, like, and their eyes just light up, man. It's so the children know. That's why I said that inner child that's inside of you, that inner child is to be protected at all costs, because that inner child, uh, hmm, that inner child is the being that's still dreaming. That inner child is that being that says, I can still go out here and do whatever, my mind or my imagination, my will, God, people like to use the universe, whatever that, tells me that I can do. And that is, you want to talk about love and light, that's where your love and light is, right there, that child. That should, hopefully that should explain it all to you. That's telling you, Sissy, good morning. So that should tell you that within you there's something so, that's so powerful, that's so beautiful, that, you know your man. it's it's going to be a beautiful summer for some of us. I'm not saying for everybody, but for some of us, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful summer. A lot of the stuff that you were, yeah. So a lot of the stuff that you were, a lot of the, and thank you for the heart. So a lot of the stuff that you weren't, mm, so a lot of stuff that you weren't expecting to come in is going to start coming in now. You're going to start to see it and feel it over the summer. A lot of you are going to start to feel more enlightened. My spirit put us on a 3-day rest from service in the gift. I'm wondering why 3 days. Also, I have tried to get readings, but they can't see me. Is that I know? In the Bible it says, in the secrets of his tabernacle, so shall he hide you. So that's where they have me right now. It's like, rest. And it's like, but I wanna, you know what, no, you need to rest. You need to rest, you need to do this, you need to focus. And it's like, oh, okay. You know, just where you sometimes we think we need to be somewhere that we're not, they will put you on hiatus and they will sit you down for just whatever that is, for whatever time frame you need to sit down. Remember the number 3 is very powerful. The number 3 is very powerful. So I think it's something dealing with what you've been asking for. Yeah. So it's definitely something in what you've been asking for. But this is just imperative, ladies and gentlemen, that you really and truly understand your spiritual gifts. I have a class that I offer. If you would like to know more about it, inbox me, email me, and we can talk about it. But the important thing is to right, you have to ride with what you have, bet on you, because there's no way that you can fail this time. There is no way that you can fail. If you can, if you can see yourself on the other side of it, it is going to happen. Um, the reflection of your success is within the soul of your eyes. So if you can envision yourself doing it right here and now, then yeah, it's going to happen. I know you're probably like, yeah, I heard it all before, but if you want to listen, listen. If not, not. But for those who do listen, congratulations, because it really and truly it is going to be amazing. The offering is yourself. The offering is the fact that you're saying, you know what, I cannot do this. I cannot do this with myself. I need help. Calling on your spiritual guides. Some of us call them the ancestors, your angel guides, whoever or whatever it is that you deal with out here. You're calling back. A lot of stuff was taken, but you're getting back. You're getting back all of that. You're getting back all of that knowledge. You're getting back all that power. You're getting back a lot of tangible things that you can touch. And I don't know, somebody. I don't know if you applied for a job with the airlines. We expecting a call very soon. Like we expecting a call very, 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 very soon. But some of us, we can be our own worst enemy, because we can be our own naysayers and doubters. But all that I am saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that the power that you have invested in you is going to take you some amazing places. And um, they're saying without a shadow of a doubt, because you are the you now, and the new you that's coming is needed, is needed now more than ever, because there are positions that you haven't even thought about or applied for, that you're just going to ease into. And you're probably gonna think like, just like I thought. Like when I wrote my first book, I never thought I'd be like doing this, like, talking about spirituality and all this stuff over TikTok and the internet. Like seriously, who is that? Uh, who is that? Aquarius something? I'm trying to see because this thing, it's hard to see on this thing sometimes. Oh, so you want to know what spiritual power you have, right? Okay, so that's Aquarius. Uh, okay. They're saying that you, first of all, you need to stop lying to yourself. Then they said you need to, well, you should show up as who you truly are. Seriously, it's time for you to show up for who you truly are. See, Aquarius. I don't know. Say you have something about you and water being able, you have the ability to transcend the situation. You're a fighter. You don't give up as easily as most people do. I'll say that your reward is the fact that you're going to continue to move. You're going to continue to press against the status quo, and you're going to uh, I don't know, because you have more gifts that are about to be unveiled. Like seriously, you don't. I don't know. It's like you don't talk about what you can do. It's just like sometimes you may you may think something about you thinking and your emotions makes things happen. I'll just leave you with that. But we all have these unique gifts. Do I have the ability to tell you what your gifts are? Yes. But once you know, it's up to you to it's up to you to cultivate these gifts. Yeah, and you do this every day. You do everybody. Can some people like astral traveling? Can some people astral travel? Yeah, yeah. Some people can do that. Is it the same as the next person? No, because that's why we always say everybody's journey is unique. It's not like we're all on this. We put it under like spiritual awakening or spiritual journey. That's just the headliner. But underneath that is so many other little like context things that only you have, and that's just like Stone Cold would say, that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so, and they say, yes, I see it and I feel it now, like it's already done, right? Um, your will is cemented. Your will is cemented. Okay, so the concrete is. They're saying that your will is cemented. The concrete is still dry. Whatever it is you want, write it in. Write it in your put it in your subconscious, and it's going to harden, and it's going to happen. Because once it's hardened, nobody can take that away from you. That's the beautiful thing about it. That's the thing. One day you're gonna be like, man, you know what? I remember that guy was saying blah 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 blah, and and there you go. So, but again, a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, and other people on here, and people might talk about quantum this and blah blah blah, but a lot of this stuff goes beyond even the science that we have right now, and even scientists are talking about, alternate dimensions and worm theory and all of that stuff, but the stuff that we are, the stuff that a lot of us can do, it is a lot of people will call it science fiction, but we know it's fact. We know it's real. We know that it's surreal. The journey is as right. I mean that I can't put it any better than that. It's sweet over on YouTube. And if you are watching me, go ahead check out my YouTube channel. the link is in my bio. If you guys would be so cool, again, check out my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio, and please subscribe over there on YouTube. But yeah, so the journey is as unique as you are, and that, I mean, I could honestly, I could not put it any better than that, like for real. All right, cool. So we're gonna cool. All right. But yeah, and I just want to thank everybody over here on YouTube. We're going to answer some of these questions, and then I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do for the day. And yeah, man. But thank you so much, Miss Wheat, for joining, and whoever else is there. Thank you for joining. But